All right, History of American Sports students, we are starting our last unit today. So please remember to turn in your op-eds. Remember, you're taking a position on either student athletes being compensated, how far that should go, or the building of stadiums for professional or collegiate teams, how much taxpayer dollars should go to that. All right, so let's look at this unit. We're going to look at, and it's abbreviated. There are some things I had to take out just to make sense. We're going to look at sporting controversies and scandals through sporting history. And at the end of this unit, you guys will do your own kind of cumulative project. And that's how we're going to finish out this course. So let's look at a couple things, and I'll look at the calendar. As you guys can tell, I'm giving now 2 days on these topics. So we're stretching them out to make sure that you guys have more than enough time. We're going to look at the 1972 gold medal game. Then we're going to look at the 2002 Western Conference Finals. Then we're going to take a closer look at that with Tim Donaghy. Then we're going to look at point shaving scandals throughout history. And then we're going to finish it up with I'm going to let you guys pick the sporting scandals that you think are the ones that have had the biggest impact on American culture or sporting culture in general. And that's what we're going to do. As you guys can see from my left hand side, there's some things I haven't made public because we're not going to be able to do it because of a situation, but we'll survive. So that's the calendar. So you guys can see here, this is how we're going to wrap up. No final. I think the project here will act as our final. I just think that's fair. And you guys, as you guys can see here, we'll have more than enough time to get the final assignment done. And I don't think there should be any issues. Again, it's an elective course here, and we're in a situation that I hopefully will never have to be again in our lives. So I just think that's a fair way to end up with this course. All right. So let's look at today. We're going to look at the 1972 gold medal game. What you guys are going to do is what we have been doing. You're going to make a copy of this assignment. Once you make that copy, complete it. And remember, always get a shareable link from the document when you submit it in the Google form, right? You get the shareable link from right here. Just click share because my computer's a little slow here. And then you get the shareable link and you'll just copy this link from right here and paste it in this Google form. Remember, just tell me what period are you in. Give me your last name, first name, your sixth or second or seventh, and just paste it right there. All right. Looking at this assignment, you're going to watch a quick video about the 72 game. The two nations that played was the United States, and it was against the Soviet Union. All right. And this is the thing about this matchup is that people talk about the Cold War, and I'm sure those of you that have taken U.S. history understand that the Cold War was between the United States, democracy, capitalism, versus Soviet Union, which was communism, dictatorship kind of form of government. And it wasn't just a battlefield on Vietnam or Korea and playing world politics. It's also space races, and it was also sports. And one of the famous things is the 1980s Miracle on Ice. Well, the 72 gold medal game was a big thing because basketball is our sport. Even though it's invented by Dr. James Naismith, who's a Canadian, you know, basketball synonymous with the United States, right? And we can't let the Soviet Union beat us in our sport. And the Soviet Union, their philosophy was that, hockey was a very important sport to them, even though it was more of a Canadian sport. But that was, United States. Again, I love hockey, but maybe it's a top four sport. We can't have the United States beat us in hockey. So, it's one of those things where, the Cold War is also on the playing field. In the Olympics, I think it's lost some of its luster and importance in today's society. But it was a big deal back then, right? And the Soviet Union was our enemy, and so this was man, it high stakes right here. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to watch this video about the '72 gold medal game. All right, it goes into detail about the game, and you'll answer these questions about what happened, and it's still debated today about what happened, how the game ended. Um, it's very controversial. It's considered one of the most controversial sporting events, not only in American history but world history. I think people point to that as, you see boxing decisions or you see Bounty Gate. We'll get into the other things out there, but this is one of those things where it's still the standard for a lot of people, especially older people like me. If you talk to your parents or grandparents, they'll tell you about the 72 gold medal. I wasn't even born in 72, but man, it's one of those things where you're watching like, dang, right? All right, so you answer those questions, and then I want you guys to look a little bit closer at the 72 game and just look at analytics. Big time in analytics. We had a chapter on it, and then look at the team a little bit more. And then what you guys will do with this at the end of this assignment is just write an article about the game. Okay, it could be an opinion piece. It could be about a summary of the story, just describing the game. You're just gonna pen your little piece on it, and 8 sentences, 2 paragraphs, not much. Just again, it could be an informative or opinion. You can take hot takes on it, whatever you want to do. Be like, this was wrong, or this is what happened. I don't care how you do. I just want to make sure that you guys get the big idea from the game. And then that's the assignment for today. So if you have any questions or concerns, always feel free to reach out to me. But this is how we're going to kind of introduce this unit. I always like to do a kind of assignment like this. This would be more of a one day and we'd have discussion about it. But we are where we are right now. So you'll have 2 days to do this, today and tomorrow. And then we'll move on from there. All right. Take care.